Hi, I'm Yannick Hanfman.
I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Denis Kudla.
This is Sebastian Wolfner.
It's Marc-Andrea Whistler.
I am Francisco Cerundolo.
And you're listening to the GameTolov podcast. Hopefully you enjoy it.
Novak Djokovic comes in, he steals the title, he wins the 23rd Grand Slam. He's the first guy in history to win 23 Grand Slams.
ALCARAZ is going to win Roland Garros this year. He wants to be the greatest player. He wants to emulate some of the big goats of the game. I think Iga's going to win Roland Garros and win it back to back. It doesn't happen often.
Iga Swiatek, who's going to be picking up her third, and in the men's, Daniel Medvedev.
Rude winning Roland Garros. Ostapenko is going to get her second Roland Garros title.
Carlos Alcaraz is going to win the men's side. Iga Swiatek is going to win on the women's.
Daniil Medvedev and Jessica Pegula will bring home the trophies this year.
Novak Djokovic clinching his 23rd. And then on the women's side, we're going for Ostapenko.
On the women's side, been on fire, has won titles on every surface. Her name is Elena Rybakina. And on the men's, Carlos Alcaraz will win his first French Open.
Novak Djokovic is the 2023 Roland Garros champion.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another banger of a match on Game to Love. My name is Roland and I will be your host for tonight. And we are patiently waiting until Carlos Alcaraz and Denis Shapovalov will start their round 3 match. It's a night session match. That means full crowd, means a lot of attention. It also means that we usually get the better matchups, and I think today this is one of the first matches where we have two big names in tennis matching up against each other. So I'm really excited for it, and looking forward to see what will happen in this match. So for everyone that's already here, let's talk a little bit about this matchup, because the players, they are still doing the play-ins, and will be a few minutes, probably 3 or 4 minutes before they start, so then we have some time together to talk about this match. And hey Daria, I'm definitely doing good. How are you doing? So in the left corner we have Carlos Alcaraz, 20 years old, from Murcia in Spain, our current world number 1, and currently this year really living up to the world number 1 title. He's 12-1 on clay this year, and he dropped a set to Taro Daniel, but other than that, he's been really clean on all the matches that he played this year on clay. So looking forward to see what Carlos Alcaraz can bring. Of course, one of the most exciting players on tour, also one of my favorite players. So really interested to see what he can bring today. In the other side, we have Denis Shapovalov, a player that was talked about a lot in the past, always a player that brought a lot of promise, but recent times maybe has declined a little bit. And he is 24 years old still, so that's not super old. He lives in Canada, but he was born in Israel actually. And he's currently ranked 32 in the world, so that has declined quite a bit. I can remember Chapo being always somewhere between 10 and 15 ranked. His current clay form is not so much like Carlos Alcaraz form this year. He is 1-2 on clay before Roland Garros, so that's definitely not as impressive as Alcaraz has been. So players are now serving, so it will be let's say 1-2 minutes before we start. So let's get some predictions in chat. What do you think about this match? Who is going to win, and what is the scoreline going to be? Yeah, let me know in the comments or in the live chat. Very interested to hear what you think about this matchup and what the result will be. I saw that the bookies are really big on Carlos Alcaraz. I think it was 1.05 against 12. So you get 12 times your stake if you bet on Shapovalov. And that's pretty wild, I would say, for a player that definitely has, I think still we could say, has the potential to be big. We've got a 6-4, 6-4, 6-3 for Carlos, and we have Peter in. Hey Peter, how are you doing? Saying Carlos in 4, and Cedric, hi, how are you? Nice to have you here. You can see that we already have quite a lot of people in. This is, of course, a very big match. Like I mentioned, one of the first big matches in the tournament. And I'm really interested to see what these two players can bring. I think they're both exciting players with a very exciting play style. So I really hope that they can deliver on this. Meanwhile, the play-ins have finished. So that means that we are getting ready to start. Both players just grabbing a drink and using the towel for a little bit. I think Chapo said that he needed something. I think it will be 30 seconds or something. Other matches going on right now. There's only one at the moment, and it's Tsitsipas against Schwartzman. And there was some people who were hoping that Schwartzman could maybe trouble Tsitsipas, but doesn't look like it. He's 2 sets to love up, and it seems to be going quite easy for him. And with Gary in, saying, Roland, good to see you again, and might be only here for a bit, but came to support you with like. Regret to say that I think will be Carlos in straights. Yeah, it could very well be Carlos in straights, but he did drop a set to Taro Daniel, and I think that Shapovalov is better than Taro Daniel, so maybe he could drop a set here. Didn't look super clean so far. He did play exciting, but yeah, lost some important games against Daniel in clutch moments. Hey Sam, who's it? So first point just started, and that means that I will also bring in the scoreboard. It's 15 low for Carlos Alcaraz. Shapovalov shooting just wide of the baseline. Now seeing that the scoreboard is a bit cut off, so we'll try and fix that. Maybe they just need some time to realize that the match had started. And Charles saying, Carlitos, but Chapo can match his intensity, it won't be easy. No, you are definitely right. I'm looking forward to Chapo matching that intensity for sure. Alright, second point also goes to Carlos Alcaraz. It's a big shot on the backhand of Shapovalov, and then Shapovalov looked it up a little bit, and Carlos was already moved to the net, so he could volley it away quite easily. So it's 30 love. I'm just gonna see if I can reset the scoreboard for a bit. $40 love for Alcaraz. I actually think that the people at Tennis Live didn't realize that they already started. So bear with me for a while I try to get the scoreboard up. No, still. Oh well, I'll just do the commentary for you then. Okay, we're into the rally, 40 love for Alcaraz, and it's a wild backhand from Shapovalov. And we have our first game to love in the first game of this match. That's an early game to love. I think it's already 3 or 4 unforced errors by Shapovalov, so that's not great for him. And I hope he can get into the match. Maybe he was just using it a little bit to get into it. And Gary's saying, I think Chapo has to have a bit of research at some point. He's too talented. Yeah, I should be right. I mean, this is a player who packs a lot of talent, who has a lot of power also on his shots, etc. So I think he should be a top 10 player, right? But he just is prone to go out in tournaments early against like unseeded or unknown players, and that really hurts his ranking. All right, Shapovalov serving, big serve down the middle. Return of Alcaraz is good, pretty deep. Alcaraz takes control with the cross-court backhand, forehand of Shapovalov. Alcaraz goes down the line. Another big cross-court backhand from Alcaraz. Shapovalov slicing it back, but it's wide. Alcaraz dominating this rally, and it's love 15. First serve of Shapovalov, return of Alcaraz, and Shapovalov with a big forehand. Alcaraz was moving to the other side, and it's 15-0. Darius saying, what was Shapo's rank before? I don't know from the top of my head, but I can remember him being seeded like 15 for tournaments, etc., for like Grand Slams. So could have been even better. And maybe someone in the chat knows, otherwise I will look it up when it change over. Okay, we're into the rally. 15-0. Alcaraz moving to the net with the backhand. Stop volley, not good enough. Shapo can pass. Oh, but he hits it right at Alcaraz. Oh, that was not the right choice. And Alcaraz with the fast hands at the net, and he volleys it away. 15-30. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because Shapo has always been like a dangerous player, deemed a dangerous player. Meanwhile, the scoreboard comes on, so I think my complaining helped there. He has always been considered like a dangerous player by a lot of players, and also a very talented one. But in the recent years, I think he has dropped off a little bit. So I'm not sure if it still warrants like the whole potential banana skin label that people like to put on Shapovalov. But he won his first title and also his last title, I think, in 2020. And then after that, it didn't really like grow gradually. Like some players have really grown in the past years. You could say, for instance, Musetti, like a Rune, definitely also like a Alcaraz. But for him, it seems like he's been more at a standstill or even declining a little bit because he's barely getting any points, usually going out second, third round in tournaments and only really doing well on the hard court ones. All right, hey, we have quite a lot of people in here already, and I would like to ask everyone who has just joined or was already in to hit the like button on the video. Seems a bit cliche, but it really helps us spread news about the Game to Love channel, and also we need those algorithms to work for us, right? So we want more people in here, we want to have a blast all together, watch this great match, so hit the like button if you didn't yet, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're doing like 5 to 10 matches every day on Game to Love now with so many commentators, so you don't want to miss any of the action. Meanwhile, first breakpoint of the match goes to Carlos Alcaraz. Shapo serving, big serve. Alcaraz with the backhand return so deep again. That's really well played by him. Backhand to backhand rally. Forehand of Shapo, now to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand of Shapo cross court. Alcaraz with the backhand down the line. Shapo with the forehand. They're looping it up a little bit now. Looping up to the baseline. Good forehand from Shapo, but backhand from Alcaraz even better. Oh, Alcaraz forehand just missed. About an inch wide, and that means it's juice. Good rally, this one. Meanwhile, Varias has taken the second set to Hurkacz, so that match is also going on court 14 currently, and it's 1 set all. Another match that has just started is Mukova against Begu, and I think Mukova, deemed by a lot of players now a very interesting dark horse for the women's draw, so interested to see what can happen there. Another breakpoint for Carlos Alcaraz, who was better in the rally, and it's already the second breakpoint of the first game. That indicates it might be a difficult one for Shapo. Big serve down the tee. I think it's too good. Yeah, it's definitely too good. What a huge serve from Shapo. I think that's one of his key strengths, the big serve. And it's just... Hey Kathy, how are you? Good that you're here and also bringing the facts immediately. He's fast and powerful variety, I think a decent serve. Yeah, so I think he's mostly a hardcourt player. He has a lot of power on his shots, very flat and also a big serve. But he has the potential to do well on most surfaces. I think on grass, I always thought that he would do well on Wimbledon, for instance. Alcaraz returns the serve, big forehand from Shapo, backhand from Alcaraz all the way to the right side. Alcaraz now goes down the line, they're playing through the middle a little bit, forehand to backhand rally. Slice backhand of Shapo just lands in, he moves to the forehand. Alcaraz gets there with the slice backhand. Shapo opens up, we're still in the rally, 20 shots in. Big forehand from Shapo. Wow, what a winner down the line. Very impressive. And advantage Shapo for the first time in his service game. These rallies are really, really good. Yeah, it was a really nice forehand. All the way in the bottom right pocket of the court. And Alcaraz unable to get there. 6 minutes already this first service game of Shapo. And that's of course not what he's hoping. His service game should go a lot easier than this. And Charles asking, how do you see the battle of the teens, Coco and Andreeva, going tomorrow? Yeah, that's a difficult one. I think I see Goff winning. So I think that Goff is probably more experienced, but Andreeva, so what's difficult here is that based on previous years, you would say that Goff is of course the big favorite. And that she would win easily. I think she was in the final. But this year, Goff hasn't been playing so well. She did get to this point, so that's not bad. But Andreeva has been dominating in the matches that she played. Meanwhile, Shapovalov misses a big smash. The overhead, it's his favorite shot, he says, in an interview that I watched before the match. And I'm not impressed by this one, I have to say, Dennis. I have to play better if you want to beat Carlos Alcaraz. It's a breakpoint again. Kathy, I think you say if she plays like yesterday, she's out. I think if Andreeva plays the way she has been playing in this tournament so far, and Goff as well, then Andreeva will win, for sure. And the ghost of Gary Late is asking, is this mediation minute with Roland? You seem so serene. It can be anything that you want. So if this works as a meditation minute for you, then be my guest. Maybe we can get some relaxing background lounge music on and start. Maybe we can light some candles in the room as well. We're back to juice. Shapo saving another breakpoint. Big first serve. Return is not so deep. Another big forehand. Passing shot from Alcaraz. Shapo moves to the net and misses the volley. Oh no, he now missed the smash and the volley in this game already. Alcaraz hyping himself up for this next point. A lot of pressure on Denis Shapovalov. Can he produce for a third time? Or fourth time, I have to say, actually. Big serve. Alcaraz with the return. Oh, he misses another volley. And we have a break. First break of the match for Carlos Alcaraz.
Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. 1, 2, 3, vamos. Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. Vamos.
This is not what you want to see if you're a Denis Shapovalov fan. First service game with the Canadian with the big serve and he's broken immediately. Love 2 and Carlos Alcaraz dominating him in the rallies. It's going to be a tough one. He needs to find some form. Meanwhile, they're playing moon balls. Ooh, big backhand from Carlos. Can he get there? He plays the drop shot. The drop shot is not good enough. Well played by Shapo to stay in the rally. And love 50. Maybe he can do something back immediately. Gary's, I think, highlighting the most important problem for Shapo. It's his belief. Yeah, I think his belief, and what I also don't like about Shapo often is his footwork. It's of course he's tall, so that becomes a bit more difficult. But I see so many matches of him where his footwork is just not on point. Cost him a lot of points. Oh, Shapovalov missing the backhand cross passing on Alcaraz, who moved to the net, which he seems to be doing quite a lot, and it's 15-all. Yeah, Charles, I think the golf forehand has improved quite a bit actually. In the past, it was so vulnerable. It could really be exploited by players who had a stronger and more spin forehand. But I think now she found a forehand that she can actually stay in the rallies a bit more with. That she doesn't have to hope that they go to the backhand every time. $30-15, another good point for Alcaraz. Alcaraz with the looped shot. Oh, Shapo with the forehand misser into the net. He's playing like so impatient, trying to finish every point immediately. And yeah, it's already 40-15. Alcaraz going really quickly about this. And goes to Curilitis asking, are we going to see bagels and breadsticks? Yeah, that's up to you guys. What do you think about this set? I know we already did some predictions earlier, but what do we think of this set? Are we going to see any bagels or breadsticks in this match? Meanwhile, good point from Denis Shapovalov. His passing shot was too much for Alcaraz. He got his racket to it, but couldn't pass the net, so 40-30. Big serve of Alcaraz. Forehand return is good from Shapo. They're into the rally. High backhand from Shapo. Alcaraz moves in with the forehand. Shapo with a forehand down the line, which is way, way wide. It's 3-love. It's a consolidation. Well done by Carlos Alcaraz. It's yeah, going just by the book so far. It's the Alcaraz playstyle, switching him around, playing some drop shots, coming to the net, and yeah, it gives us some time to talk about this question. And I think if someone has the answer to this, then a lot of players will be interested. What tactics should players use against Alcaraz to upset him? Serve and volley, maybe. I mean, we've seen serve and volley work quite a lot, but clay is maybe not the best surface for it, right? I think Maxime Cressy is, of course, notorious for this. He played serve and volley against Medvedev, I think in Australia, and almost beat him. So that was hilarious to watch. But I think in order to beat Alcaraz, you need to be able to play somehow a bit of his game style, but then be able to make him make the mistakes. And I don't see many players being able to do that. I'm pretty confident in Alcaraz actually winning Roland Garros if he can beat Djokovic. I think that's the only competition that he's gonna get. And he lost, of course, last week against Morsan, as Kathy's saying correctly. But I'm not so sure if he was bringing his A game to that match. But I think you need to have a big variety in your play as well. So you need to be like him and then play really well. Alright, we're into fourth game. And it's love 15. Big serve of Shapo. It's a lead serve. He cannot afford to lose this serves game as well, Shapo. I think then the first set's just gone and you have to refocus completely. It's going quite fast. We're only 15 minutes in and we're already looking at the free love score. Drop shot Shapo. It's not a good drop shot. Alcaraz gets there easily. He plays the drop shot himself. Shapo doesn't get there. Nah, the drop shot was like halfway the court. And Carlos Alcaraz is a fast man. So he's not afraid of those. It's love 30. Let's talk about his game a little bit, because it could be deciding for the first set already. And then we can talk maybe a little bit about these players and also about the other matches that were played today. Volley at the net from Shapo, but Alcaraz gets there and he passes him. It's love 40. We have 3 break points. Oh, it seems like it's running away from him. Alcaraz is so quick. You cannot play these half-hearted drop shots or stop volleys. Because he's going to get there and he will have the time to think about it and pass him. Big serve. Return lands in. Oh, Shapo with the shank. What was that? Shapovalov trying to hit a ball into the ISS space station. I don't know what happened there, but it's another game to love and a break to love even for Carlos Alcaraz. Sorry guys, I have to press all the buttons. I'll spare you the Carlos Alcaraz button for maybe when he consolidates. 4-love for the Spaniard, and he's dominating. And we have a really good question from Sam in the chat saying, is Alcaraz your inspiration to play more drop shots yourself? Definitely is. I'm not the best drop shot player that I know, but I really like to play some drop shots, and I think the way that Carlos Alcaraz plays them is just like perfection. He pretends to hit a ball really hard and then he opens his racket and plays the drop shot, and I'm always intrigued about how many times in a tennis match he dares to play the drop shot. Sometimes even like one shot in a rally, there goes the drop shot, and it's just so difficult to play against because people don't know what they're gonna get. It's 15-all. Maybe he needs to do something in this match actually, Chapo, because if Alcaraz is just gonna run away with it, it's hard to get him back. Hey Maynard, how you doing? And Gary's saying, one way to beat Carlos, put Musetti on the other side of the net on a good day. Well, Musetti is having a lot of good days this tournament. I don't know if you watched his matches, but he's playing so well. I was doing the Musetti-Shevchenko match actually 2 days ago, and I thought it would be a good match, but it was not a good match because Musetti trashed him. He left no bit of Shevchenko whole, and I think I was expecting the talent to maybe have a shot at troubling Musetti, but he was so clean with the forehand. So the Carlos Musetti matchup, that sounds pretty tasty, right? Yeah, Chapo can look quite good when losing points with the jumping backhand moonballing. It's stylish, it looks very good. I play at a very questionable level there. I play competition in Weesp, the city that I live in, every Saturday. So I have to play a singles match actually tomorrow. Really looking forward to it. But the level is it's decent, I guess. And Ghost asking what my favorite bit of trash talk is when you're trying to get into your opponent's head. I have to say that I don't often try to get to in my opponent's head. I usually don't think that's necessary. The only thing that I do to try and get in my opponent's head is to play an underhand serve. That's one of my new things that I like to do. It doesn't always work out, but sometimes people are just a little bit surprised by it, and it also makes them think maybe a little bit or get annoyed. So that's something that I've been practicing a little bit in training as well. Meanwhile, Chapo managed to bring Alcaraz to juice, so we're going to focus on the tennis for a little bit. Good serve, backhand return down the line. Alcaraz switching the play with the backhand. Chapo scrambling to get there. The footwork, like I mentioned, not always. He needed a lot of time to get there, and then just had to slide and hit it. And it's advantage Alcaraz, looking to consolidate into 5-love. And Charles saying he's definitely my inspiration, floating balls far off the court with tons of backspin. Yeah, I mean, it looks so easy when he does it, right? But it's definitely not. They're currently playing moonballs. Who's the first one to break it? Not Chapo. Oh, Alcaraz wild backhand, goes like 5 meters out, and it's a juice again. Yeah, the underhand serve, I gotta love it. So, in comes the first serve. Oh, it's really good. Chapo does well to get it in. And the drop shot is also good. Chapo gets there, but he... Oh, I hope he doesn't injure himself there. He hit the referee stand. That's not a good look. Alcaraz played the drop shot, and Chapo actually did really well to get there, but he was running past the net and into the referee, how do you call it, tower seat? I don't know, but I think he's alright, doesn't look injured or anything. Advantage Alcaraz, first serves wide. I can see we have almost 100 people in here already, so that's amazing. Hopefully a lot more people will join and talk about this amazing match that we're watching today. Big forehand from Alcaraz, and the backhand from Chapo is wide, and that means it's a consolidation. 5-love to Carlos Alcaraz, going really, really fast.
Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. 1, 2, 3, vamos. Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. Vamos.
Carlos Alcaraz, he's a maniac at the moment, not giving Shapovalov any chance in this match. And I think what you can see here also is like the big difference in confidence that these players have at the moment. Carlos Alcaraz on such a high in the clay season, getting the titles in Madrid and in Barcelona. Second year that he gets Madrid and Barcelona. And yeah, he's just a menace on the clay. Not many players can get close to him. And I have to bring up this comment. Really nice ghost. The umpire stand is getting revenge for what Mikkel Weimer did to it. Yeah, that was one of the worst things I saw in the past weeks. Maybe together with, who was it again? The French player that dropped a ball from his back pocket when the other player was trying to hit to get like a hindrance. But Weimer smashing the umpire stand with his racket was pretty bad, yeah. No one has used underhand serve until now in this tournament. I think that's a bad look for these top players, right? I mean, if I can do it, surely they should be able to do it as well. Yeah, Hugo Gaston, you guys are right, thank you. That was really poor sportsmanship from him. And he got a huge fine, like 120k or something. Well deserved. Oh, what a passing shot from Carlos Alcaraz. He is on fire. I think Chapo did everything right. He did a good serve, moved to the net after a big forehand, but then the passing forehand of Alcaraz on the line is just ridiculous. Low 15. Could this be a bagel, guys? We have a nice button for the bagel. I have to say, Ben really outdid himself on that, so that's something to look forward to. But for the sake of a close match, it would be better if we don't get a bagel here. Stop volley Alcaraz. Oh, it's too good. Oh, so much backspin on a stop volley. Really impressive to see. Not a moment's rest for Dano Shapovalov. He's being moved around. Yeah, that's nice of him opening the bakery. Shapovalov looks hungry for one, I have to say. He's so lean and mean, he looks like he could eat. Oh, nice forehand of Chapo on the line. Moves the forehand to the other side. Alcaraz gets there. Volley of Chapo. Alcaraz scrambles, but yeah, this is a nice point. Let's go, Denis Shapovalov. That's a good point. 15-30, he needs this. Big serve. It's just wide. Has to go to the second serve. That's not helping. Second serve comes in. Alcaraz with a big forehand immediately forces Shapovalov back, and he cannot even return it. 15-40, 2 set points for Carlos Alcaraz. We're not even half an hour in and we're already looking at the first set for Carlos Alcaraz. Is he too good? Big serve, but it's wide again. Second serve on 2 breakpoints down. What a moment for Denis Shapovalov. Could he hand in his first set here? Oh, he goes really big on the second serve. Boom, with the forehand. Alcaraz gets there and he volleys it away. What a big point. 30-40, 1 breakpoint or set point left. Charles, I think you're lucky if it's only 1 point actually, because for me the like the normal TV, like the internet from Eurosport, the feed is like 3 points behind the feed that I'm watching now. So there's a big difference between like streaming, cable TV, some sites that have a really big difference with others. Meanwhile, Carlos Alcaraz is so kind to shank a point and bring it back to Juice. It's a big lamb shank, and we're back to Juice. But I think a lot of people have this, that we are quite far ahead with the stream. You can what you can do if you find it annoying is you can pause the YouTube for just like a short moment and then have it sync with your TV, so that I'm not spoiling anything for you. Okay, we're into the rally on Juice. Forehand to the backhand of Alcaraz. What a good backhand from Alcaraz. He's moving Shapo so much, but he goes too big with the forehand. And this is the chance for Shapo to hold. And Gene being mean to Shapo, saying that he has 3 career highlights: win over Nadal in Canada, the Davis Cup title, and the run to the Wimbledon semifinals. Yeah, and didn't he also win like a hardcourt ATP title, I think in Stockholm, from the top of my head, or maybe somewhere else in Europe? But volley from Shapo is really good. Stop volley, Shapovalov holds, what a point. And I think that warrants El Chapo. El Chapo! I just love this button. It's not as good as some other music that's Chapo related, but we get to talk about that later. The crowd is chanting Denis, Denis, so they want a longer set for sure. Of course, they want a 5-set, 5-hour match. Get some value for those expensive tickets. Okay, we're into the rally. Forehand of Alcaraz, forehand of Chapo. Alcaraz forehand, Chapo backhand to the forehand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz walking around, playing the forehand, looping it up from Chapo, and the forehand from Alcaraz is good still. We're playing moonballs again. Here comes a drop shot, I could already see it. Chapo gets there, and Alcaraz passes with the backhand. Well done, 15-love. Hey Mohammed Batwan, nice to have you in. Which slams crowds do you like the most? French are crazy for sure. Yeah, for me the British crowds. But yeah, we were talking about this on a previous stream. That the Taylor Fritz thing where the French crowd was so against him. Yeah, so I think it's actually not bad from Fritz to let's say hush the crowd like that. He's had abuse for like 3 or 4 hours, and then if you he didn't react at all, like he was just dealing with it, and then in the end if you put your finger like this to the crowd, don't think that's bad. And I hope the French crowd calm down a little bit, but I don't expect them to. And I think in the US Open, Australian Open, Roland Garros, it's almost equally like home favoritism or certain players they love and hate. And I just think it's for some players that are maybe painted like a villain or something, it can be quite difficult to play against that you have people screaming during your second serve all the time. But Fritz managed it very well, actually, I think. And I thought it was pretty cool that he said that it fueled him and that he loved the French crowd for this. And I think that's a very nice way to deal with it. Hey Max, thank you for the kind words, and very nice that you are here. Hopefully also enjoying the great tennis on this Roland Garros. And meanwhile, we have 2 set points for Carlos Alcaraz, 40-15. Another 2 set points, Carlos Alcaraz. Can he convert them? First serve is good. Return is wild, it's out. It's the first set for Carlos Alcaraz.
Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. 1, 2, 3, vamos. Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. Vamos.
Carlos Alcaraz, 6-1 first set, really quickly done, and he is on fire at the moment, just dominating the rallies with that big forehand and the drop shots. And the funny thing is that he's moving Shapo around so much that when the inevitable drop shot comes in, then Shapo is so far back or spread in the corners that there's no chance of getting there. So a really impressive 6-1 by the young Spaniard, and he's looking dominant as he has in the past weeks. So let's talk about some other results that happened today. For me, the biggest shock result is probably Rublev losing to Sonego. I got to watch quite a bit of that match actually, and Sonego played really, really well. Rublev went, I think, 2 sets up, but in the end, I also felt like he choked a little bit towards the end, playing some really bad serve and volley. And I think, Rublev going out, big surprise for me. I had him, I think, in my semi-finals. Was really hyped about Rublev's clay form, and just a bit disappointed to see him go out early again in the Grand Slam. I think it has been a really bad 24 hours for Gingers on Roland Garros, we can say that. And then we also had the Djokovic match, beating Davidovich Fokina with 2 tiebreaks and 6-2. Didn't see everything of that match, but I thought that Djokovic was not playing his very best, and Fokina is a strong guy to stay in the rallies. So I think cost him a bit more effort than he would have wanted, but still straight sets, so that's nice. Yeah, Shapo with the breadstick in the first set, and I'm really wondering if... Or Alcaraz with the breastic, of course, but I really wonder if Shapo can do something. He begins well, really good serve, and then the forehand outside, 15-love. But based on that first set, I don't have much hope for Shapo set, but we will see. First serve into the net. Second serve is really good. He's brave with his second serves and a good forehand. Alcaraz had to change side, not able to. It's 30-love. Cedric saying prediction 6-1, 6-1, 6-1 and the broken record. Is Shapo a notorious record breaker? It's not something that I like, how do you say it, associate with him immediately. I did see quite some records being broken on Roland Garros always. Makes me quite angry to see like these few €100 records going to waste. I saw Fognini smashing one after losing to GTL main man Offner. Offner really good run this tournament. Really impressed by him, and of course, being on GTL gave him the boost that he needed to up his career. So really happy that Ben and JG tipped him before the tournament. Nice forehand just by Shapovalov, and looking for first easy service game actually of the whole match. Second serve on 40-15. Good serve. High return from Alcaraz. Forehand from Shapo. Backhand from Alcaraz really flat. Forehand of Shapo. Alcaraz stepping in with the backhand. Trying to dictate the rally. Forehand to backhand rally. Oh, backhand of Shapo is not good enough. He had to jump quite high, but he puts it in the bottom of the net. It's 40-30. Yes, I agree, Peter. You're completely right. We should enforce the racket abuse rules. I think it's very, very silly that top players give these examples. Oh, another wild shot from Shapo. And it's juice. Yeah, it's wide. I already saw it was wide. Shapo not happy with the call. Wants the umpire to check, but it's definitely wide. Good to see the Hawkeye. Yeah, it's like it's like 5 or 10 centimeters. Pretty clear wide ball. And it's juice. Shapo has a chance to clear this game, but not happening. Oh, first serve is so far out. Second serve, high return from Alcaraz on the backhand side. Good forehand from Shapo, moves to the net, stop volley. Alcaraz does not get there. That's impressive if you can play in stop volley so that Alcaraz doesn't get there. Well played by Shapo, and it's advantage to him. Yeah, Charles, I also want to hear the button again. It's such a good button. Oh, Shapo. If he wins this game, I'll definitely play it. Feels like he can use the support. And this is a nice proposal from Getty in the chat saying, no warning or fine for a broken racket. You break it, you still got to play with it. Let's see how many get broken then. Would be funny if both players break their rackets. Let's see what kind of rally you get then. Maybe more like the Bublik type, where they try to play with the handle of the racket instead. Alcaraz with a sick drop shot again, and it's juice. First serve just wide from Shapo. Needs to find a bit more first serves. It's 60% against the 88 of Alcaraz. Oh, second serve just on the line. Moves in with the big forehand. He puts it wide. Oh, big miss. Break point for Alcaraz. That will be heartbreaking if he loses this game. He had the whole court open and he puts too much on it. Okay, let's see. Denis Shapovalov under pressure already in the early stages of the second set. Can he deliver? First serve is really good. Alcaraz moves all the way outside. Oh, he scrambles to get the next one. But the smash is too big. Let's go, Shapo. Back to juice. These are the points that Shapo really needs to get into this match. Putting Alcaraz away with the big forehands and then moving to the net, and he's quite tall so he can smash those. I mean, Carlos Alcaraz is so athletic, right? So if you want to move him around, it's quite something. Quite a challenge to make sure that he doesn't reach the ball. Almost got to that last match even. First serve down the tee is good. Return from Alcaraz with the backhand. Shapo takes with the forehand immediate out of the air. Alcaraz with the passing shot. Shapo with a really good stop volley. Let's go. Advantage. That's an important one to make. I think Alcaraz did quite well to still play the forehand down the line and then trouble Shapo. But the low stop volley was good and he takes the point. Yeah, that's well done. Really clean hands from Shapo. First serve wide on the the right side and gets to go to the second serve. Second serve is good. Return from Alcaraz. Drop shot from Shapo. Alcaraz, of course, gets there. Shapo with the volley. Alcaraz scrambles. It is a game for Shapo. Let's go. Why are tennis fans so aggrieved by record smash? I don't get it. It's funny. Hell, sometimes it's even beautiful. I mean, I also think it's funny, but I'm also just very jealous of these expensive records, right? So that's always why it hurts me as well. But I think a player completely losing it, smashing the record, could be quite funny. Yeah, I can see that. And Cedric saying El Chapo. Yeah, let's go put some fire in the chat for El Chapo. El Chapo is not only known for his very successful tennis career, but he's also known for his very successful musical career. El Chapo is a rapper. So that's one, I think the best advice that I will give you today is look up the Chapo songs on YouTube. And I think the most famous one is called Drip. The song that he made with Moutet. You should look it up on YouTube. It's actually hilarious. Alcaraz second serve. Uh-oh. Not no foul. Oh, hits the net court. It falls just over. Love 15. That's a gift to Chapo there. Yeah, you should, Cedric. It's amazing. Drip, drip, drip. Yeah, El Chapo Rapo, definitely. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I think they switched off the comments on the video because they were not so not so praiseful. I think the answer was already in this chat, Max. Is Rublev was in a boy band video, I think. But that's not really doing music, because I don't think he actually sang in that. Oh, it's love 30. That's an opening for Chapo. Oh, I knew there were some other players that did music. First serve for Alcaraz. It's wide. Yeah, it's wide. Backhand of Alcaraz. For the Chapo, backhand of Alcaraz. Oh, the Chapo backhand is really big. 3 break points. these comments are something else. 0 cons. That's 3 break points for Chapo now. This is like a perfect backhand all the way on the line on the right side. And his first breakpoints of the match, can he convert them immediately and go into a 2-love lead? First serve is about a kilometer wide. For American people, that's 2 square eagles. Second serve comes in, Chapo with the big return, hits the net court, but doesn't fall his way this time. He's smiling. Just wide, but 40-15, 2 more chances for Chapo. He wanted to go big on that second serve. Was already moving in the court like 2-3 steps, trying to anticipate on a bit weaker second serve. First serve Alcaraz down the tee, it's just wide. Second serve again, is Shapo going to try to bury it immediately, or is he going to play the rally this time? Let's find out. In comes his second serve, Shapo moves in with the backhand. Alcaraz has to move all the way back, Shapo forehand. Alcaraz backhand, we're really into the rally now. Forehand to the backhand of Alcaraz, cross court. Oh, another misser by Shapo. Ruins his chance. 30-40. Son of Robin Records, hey, welcome, how are you doing? Saying, is this where Shapo starts the comeback? It's definitely possible. But he needs to make this point, otherwise I don't believe it. First of Alcaraz is really good. Forehand of Alcaraz, wow, what a shot, it's back to juice. Really impressive forehand. Wow, that Alcaraz forehand is just impressive, and Shapo will really bang his head into the table for missing the first 2 points, because those were easy takes, and now he's looking at juice again and the opportunity has gone away. Big serve from Alcaraz again. Forehand outside wide, he's so good. The forehand is so good. Immediate winner. Advantage, Alcaraz. Apparently, Lorenzo Sonego has a song that has over 1 million listens. I was not aware of this, but I looked it up because we were talking about it earlier. But Lorenzo Sonego, you should Google it. I think it's in Italian. Never heard it either, but 1 million listens is actually quite something. Forehand of Alcaraz just wide, back to juice. Maybe the opening for Shapo will come again. Meanwhile, we have quite a lot of people in here already, and we almost have 50 likes, and I want to get to 100 likes before this set ends, so please give me a like on the video if you haven't yet. It really helps us out to spread the love for the Game to Love channel, get us in those pesky algorithms that decide everything on your life currently. So we want to move up in the rankings, get known to the broader audience, and all these fine chatters in here. Meanwhile, we're into the rally on juice, backhand to backhand rally. Oh, they're playing cross-court rally. Drop shot of Shapo. It's really good. Alcaraz just about gets there. Plays it all the way around. Shapo gets there. What a wild point. Oh, Shapo. He's riling up the public. Moving his hand like this. He played a really good drop shot. Alcaraz got there. Played the drop shot on the other side. Shapo moving to the other side as well. And then passing Alcaraz in the middle of the court. Couldn't get it over the net anymore. Really, really good point. And we have one of our good friends, Sneo Kumar, in the chat saying, hi Roland, hey, how are you doing? And some proper jokes also going around the chat. Yeah, this is the kind of points I want to see from these two players. I think they both have the potential to play this electric tennis with a lot of drop shots, moving around, and Shapovalov has another break point. Fourth one of this game. Oh, that's a good serve. Yep, that's on the right moment for Carlos Alcaraz, and it's juice again. Crowd is making a lot of noise when players are about to serve. That's something that I don't like about these crowds. Like, I feel like tennis players are sometimes way too sensitive. Like, people are gonna make sound, sure, but screaming something just as someone is to serve, that is not what you want to see from tennis crowd. And I would like to see actually more people get like a warning or be removed from the stands for this, because talking during the point or like a lot of noise shouldn't really matter. Someone standing up or camera flashing also shouldn't matter too much. Tennis players are way too hypersensitive about everything. But actually screaming something before someone serves, just not right. Shapovalov has another breakpoint, number 5 in this game, almost matching the total number of breakpoints that Alcaraz had, but he has a whole set under his belt already. Yeah, Ghost, the top guys always have this serve in their repertoire. I don't have any serve in my repertoire, actually, maybe only the underhand serve. I have a slice serve out wide that works quite well on my level, but... Ooh, it's a misser from Alcaraz. That means the break for Shapovalov. He consolidates. And that means we get to press the button. Vibing to El Chapo here. Hope you are as well down at home. So, second set, Shapovalov serving, 2-love up against Alcaraz. And we were talking about, do we see Shapovalov getting a set against Alcaraz? And he's had quite a good start to this set, doing better in the rallies, and Alcaraz making some more mistakes. Summarize the match so far. So I think in the first set Alcaraz was completely dominant. Shapovalov making a lot of unforced errors. Alcaraz serving really well. He got 8 breakpoints, converted 6, which is quite well. Sorry, I said it the wrong way around. He got 5 breakpoints and... no, he converted 2. Have to say it correctly. But... yeah, Shapo was nowhere in the first set, so it was quite an unfair matchup in the beginning. And I think it could have also been 6-love. It was like 30 minutes set as well. Meanwhile, Shapo with a double fault, love 30. Is he going to give this break back immediately? Like, he doesn't want to be up on Alcaraz. It's like, it's not the... I like to be the underdog, don't like to be in the lead. You can have this break back if you want. Second serve. Second serve is good. Down the tee. Big forehand of Chapo. Forehand of Alcaraz. Another forehand from Chapo. Alcaraz scrambling to get there. Chapo moving in, playing the drop shot. Alcaraz trying to get there. Tries to pass in, but it's too good. Nice drop shot from Chapo again. This is the type of tennis that he needs. 15-30. Carlos is talking to himself about the way that he handled that point. I think made some wrong decisions there. See some people in the crowd with blankets. Apparently it's quite cold there. Unlike here, where it's actually pretty warm. Shapovalov misses yet another first and second serve. Another double fault in this game. And it's 2 breakpoints for Alcaraz. A bit like Djokovic, who also hit like 8 double faults in this match. Quite uncharacteristic for Novak. But... And we have Ethan in the chat saying, does these 2 games not just sum up El Chapo? Yeah, I think you're spot on. Oh, first serve just wide. $15.40, second serve. Into the rally, luckily. Good forehand from Chapo. Alcaraz forcing him back with some deep shots on the baseline. Backhand of Alcaraz all the way in the corner. Chapo scrambles to get there. Alcaraz with the play, volleys it away. So well played. And it's a break for Carlos Alcaraz. Carlitos breaks back immediately.
Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. 1, 2, 3, vamos.
Chapo, what are you doing? Giving this break back immediately. Not happy to see this. And the question from Ghost, where's here? What city are you in? I live in the city of Weesp, which is probably not so well known outside of the Netherlands, but it's really close to Amsterdam. Like with the train, it's 15 minutes to Amsterdam Central Station, or with the bike, somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes, depends on where you need to be in Amsterdam. And that's of course in the Netherlands. For the people that don't know where Amsterdam is, which could be quite a lot of people, we're not a large country, so should add that as well. Another changeover, maybe another time to talk about some other results that we saw today. We talked about how it was a bad 24 hours for the Gingers on Roland Garros. We saw Sabalenka cruising, actually winning 6-2, 6-2. And we saw my pick, Towson, just about losing to Avanesio, the lucky loser. And it was a very close match all the way to the end. Several match points saved, but she didn't have enough. And I think that Towson breakthrough is going to take a while, or maybe not even happen at all. I was quite impressed with her in the first two rounds, and now she played well in some parts of the game. But actually, I think Avanesio also played quite well, just staying into the rallies. And that's another person gone, which I had highly rated. But maybe the biggest surprise on the women's side was Mertens completely trashing Pegula. So Pegula got defeated in 2 sets by Mertens. One of them, I think, was a breadstick. And that was quite impressive. Meanwhile, Tsitsipas has won in 3 straight sets quite easily. And Mukova got the first set. Small country, big reputation. Is it a good reputation, Charles? That's what I'm interested to hear. Do we have a good reputation? I think tennis-wise, that has inclined a little bit, right? So we don't have that many good players anymore. And Ketty imported a gecko from the Netherlands. That's very cool. Are we famous for geckos? Okay, Alcaraz served in 15-all. He comes to the net with the stop volley. Chapo gets there. Oh, he just misses it. Really well done by Chapo to get there, but he just puts it outside of the line. And Ethan saying, I enjoyed Amsterdam when I was there. Lovely place. Yeah, definitely one of the greater cities in the world. Even though I lived there for some time, and maybe then you also see the parts that the tourists don't see, but it's a really nice city. Into the rally, big front from Alcaraz. Chapo doesn't have enough time, has to loop it up. Alcaraz with the overhead, really good overhead. And the drop shot comes in. Chapo already read the drop shot. He gets there, passes Alcaraz. High shot from Alcaraz. Chapo with the smash. Alcaraz with the forehand into the net. What a point. This had everything. These are the points we want to see. 30-all, the crowd goes mental, as they should. Denis Shapovalov winning really important point, 30-all. And it's good to hear that we have good breeders in the Netherlands. Like to think that's something that we're famous for. Yeah, there are some bars in Amsterdam that are definitely a good time. Yeah, Chapo is fighting now. That's good to see. He needs to be fighting. I mean, he needs to stay at least stay close in this set to have a chance. And what would be better than break Alcaraz right back again? You kind of get the disappointment from the previous game out of your head. Good backhand return. Alcaraz doesn't have much time. Forehand of Chapo. Backhand to forehand rally. Playing cross court at the moment. Hits the net court. Doesn't go over. And it's another break point. And Darius saying Chapo's changing grips between forehands. We'll have a look at that. Didn't spot it yet. I think his forehands look decent today. His backhand is a bit wild. Big first serve. Turn from Chapo. Whoa! Big forehand down the line. It's another break for Chapo. We're getting all the breaks at the moment. And it's 3-1 for Shapovalov. 2 breaks in a row for him. He's really fighting in these rallies. And this forehand down the line was really, really good as well. I always forget that Chapo is a lefty. Big serve down the middle. Chapo with the forehand. Alcaraz has to run quite far to get there. Backhand of Chapo. Alcaraz doesn't have much time. And Chapo with the drop shot. Alcaraz easy on the drop shot. Yeah, the drop shot was not good enough, but he passes him. Chapo goes all the way to the corner and passes Alcaraz. Oh, the drop shot was not good, but he already anticipated where Alcaraz would try to pass him. He was standing halfway the court and went into the left corner, and that's where the ball went as well. Passes Alcaraz, 15-love. The points are getting more exciting. That's nice to see. X-Stripes in the Netherlands. I'm watching on my TV, so in the Netherlands, this is on Eurosport. I've maxed out my Netherlands knowledge with the comments. Need to learn something. There has to be some more things that we're famous for, right? Even though this is probably the big one. Maybe not, maybe not. He's playing well in this game. Oh, but he misses an easy forehand while I say this. Commentator's curse. Ethan, you were right in the end. I should have known. This is so Chapo. Like, he plays a nice rally, has quite an easy forehand to finish it off, and then just puts it down, outside of the baseline for no reason. First serve into the net. Second serve for Chapo. Second serve is good. I think he's quite ballsy with his second serve. Forehand's good. Alcaraz will get there, but only just about. Oh, it's going to land behind the baseline. 40-15 for Chapo. Can he consolidate? Big first serve. Alcaraz returns. Backhand of Chapo. Forehand of Alcaraz down the line. Chapo doesn't get there. Forehand is too strong. 40-30. So the winner of this match actually plays Lorenzo Musetti, and I'm really hyped about the potential Alcaraz-Musetti matchup because Musetti has been playing really, really well so far. Everything straight sets, barely dropping any games. So yeah, quite impressive from the young Italian, and I think Alcaraz-Musetti on clay, that's something that I really want to see. Chapo's first serve goes into the net, and second serve that he needs to look at. Second serve's let, I think. Yeah, has to redo it. Was going for the serve out wide again, which he has done quite some times on the when surfing from the left side. He does it again. Really good second serve. Forehand the other side, and Alcaraz is moving, and he consolidates. Shapovalov taking a 4-1 lead. El Chapo actually reversing the scoreline from the first set, now leading 4-1. And let's see what everyone in the chat has to say about this. Gary noticing that the score in the set looks backwards. The thought that Chapo is a lefty just occurred to me as a possible big advantage against Carlos. Yeah, I mean, it's funny to see that Chapo is playing the forehand rally to the backhand of Carlos and actually getting some good points there. I have not seen a mystery show called Van der Valk. It's the name of a famous hotel brand in the Netherlands. So we have a lot of hotels that are called Van der Valk. And also know a company named Van der Valk that sells solar equipment. But other than that, I don't know. Look it up. Oh, I see it on IMDb. Dutch detectives takes on criminal case in Amsterdam using insightful human observation. That's always good, right? Insightful human observation. Would be quite bad for a detective to have uninsightful observations. And it's natural street smarts. Okay. Is it like the Dutch Sherlock or... Yeah, Musetti's undefeated against Alcaraz, so I think that would be quite a headline, right? Okay, into the 6th game. Whoa, we see a rocket forehand from Shapovalov. He is really feeling it, guys. It's amazing to watch. I think 300 kilometers per hour forehand all the way outside wide. Nothing to do about it. Alcaraz can just watch it. Low 15. Is he going for the double break? Breast take him back. Get some revenge. Alcaraz first serve. Return from Chapo. His forehand from Alcaraz really good all the way in the corner. Chapo loops it up too much. Alcaraz with the forehand. Now Chapo stays in the rally with some high balls. Alcaraz again with the forehand. Chapo with the forehand down the line. Ooh, just barely misses. 15-0. Yeah, we're getting a better Chapo. I like it. That's why I signed up for this match. I really wanted to do this while Alcaraz, I think currently my favorite player on tour with the way he plays. Maybe together with Stan Wawrinka, just because of old time's sake. And Denis Shapovalov, a player who can be on. Not on in this point, because Alcaraz easy to 30-15. Ghost has a lot of uninsightful human observations, and you have a lot of takes on choice for tennis socks. Well, I'm in need actually for some new tennis socks, Ghost. So can you tell me some do's and don'ts in terms of tennis socks? And also, do you and Daniil Medvedev share the same pain about tennis socks and gravel? Because I heard that Daniil Medvedev gets quite emotionally attached to his socks, and then after playing on gravel, he has to throw them away every time, and it annoys him. So maybe you have the same opinion about this. It's an easy game for Carlos Alcaraz. It's 4-2, and Shapovalov gets to serve again. And we have Tommy C in. Hey Tommy, saying go Shapstick. That's quite a good one. Go saying, what does Medis take? Do tell. So Medvedev went out first round in Roland Garros, as he does. Ruining my whole bracket in the process. And what he said in his interview was a lot of complaints about having clay in his mouth after the third set, but also that if you play on gravel, your shoes and socks get so dirty you have to throw them away after the match, and that he doesn't understand why anyone likes to play on gravel. So he was back to his whole Medvedev hates gravel thing. He was making quite a lot of jokes actually for being such a high seed and losing in the first round. I always like Medvedev in interviews when he's in this kind of mood. It makes such hilarious conversations. The press officers just have no idea what's coming for them. Hey Gary, have a good day. Nice to have you here, and if you're back later, that's awesome. Alcaraz plays a slice backhand of Chapo. Alcaraz with a big forehand, changing the pace of the rally. Forehand to the backhand side of Chapo now. Slice from Chapo is really good. Another slice. Alcaraz with the stop volley, which is so impressive. Yeah, he's happy with that one. The Vamosas are flying. It's 15-0. Oh, what a good volley from Alcaraz. I'm so jealous of that. I always put these in the net. But just enough backspin on it. Really easily floats to the right side of the court and then just drops dead. No chance for Chapo getting there. First serve is wide, second serve for Shapovalov. Second serve, kick serve. Backhand return from Alcaraz really powerful. And Shapovalov, ooh, with a misser on the backhand, 50-30. This is where Ethan has warned us for. I got a tip to wear black socks because it upsets the Wimbledon organizers. And that's actually a good tip because I think it won't be long until I get to play in Wimbledon. So then it's good that I already have black socks. But I have blue shoes. So do you think that blue shoes and black socks are a mismatch, or do you think just go for it? Good serve from Chapo. Forehand to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Chapo is a bit high. It lands in. Forehand of Chapo to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand to backhand rally again. Slice of Alcaraz all the way to the forehand of Chapo. I think he needs to stay away from this kind of rally. But Chapo with the forehand inside out. Alcaraz misses it. 30-all. It's like, yeah. I think the color maybe of the person in your profile picture, the shirt that he's wearing, and then with orange. So blue with orange. But black socks actually work quite well against gravel, right? Because you don't see all the red stains on them. First serve of Chapo down the line, but not good enough. Was just a bit wide. Second serve, backhand Alcaraz. Another good backhand from Alcaraz. This is such an important point. Let's see what happens. Backhand to backhand rally. It's pretty funny. Backhand rally down the line. Alcaraz changing up the play, going for the cross-court rally. Chapo with the backhand. Alcaraz moving in with the forehand, dominating the rally. He gets to do a smash soon. Yeah, he puts it away. And it's a break point for Carlos Alcaraz. He looks fired up. So goes saying black goes with everything. Yeah, fair enough. Need to get me some black socks. Do you also have an opinion on sock brands? We're discussing the important topics here, right? So let's just continue with it. A good serve, but also a really good return from Alcaraz, who has to run all the way to the right side. Chapo dominating the rally. Alcaraz in the defense. But he plays so deep even when he's like under full pressure. Oh, Chapo scrambles to get there. It's the break for Carlos Alcaraz. Carlos Alcaraz, he breaks back. What a crucial moment. It looks like Shapovalov was running away with this set on 4-1, but he wins 2 games in a row. And that warrants the button for Carlitos.
Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. 1, 2, 3, vamos. Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. Vamos.
And we have Alex BG1 saying, hello my friends, hey, how are you doing? It's been quite a while since we talked, and nice to have you here in this chat. We have quite some people here already, and we have already also quite some likes on the video, so if you haven't yet, hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. Like, I want to prove to Ben and JG that they always should put me on the night match because so many people are liking my videos. And now the previous match that I had was Musetti crushing Shevchenko in 1 hour 30, so that didn't reach quite the engagement that we hope for in these videos. We currently have 56 likes, and I'm sure that we can get to 100, so I need your guys' help to get there and get this one flying in the algorithms. How does it feel to have a slam named after you? Yeah, I think it's kind of like it's nice, of course, but it also makes a lot of sense for me. So I think it's quite logical. So that I was not too surprised when they did it. It used to be called only Garros. And then at some point they reached out to me like, hey, we want to name this Grand Slam after you because you're playing on the second lowest level in Amsterdam. And I was like, yeah, sure, that makes a lot of sense. So that's how it happened. Alcaraz love 15. Needs a good serve here. I think it's wide. Second serve. Return from Chapo. Alcaraz with the drop shot. Oh, Shapo was already going to the other side. He masked it so well. And it's 15-all. Oh, it's so... I mean, it's just... I can watch this all day. It has a bit of the feeling like the backhand of Wawrinka for me. Like, I can watch those things all day. The Alcaraz drop shot. It's just... He pretends to hit it full and then he just opens up the racket and plays the perfect drop shot. So nice to watch. Shapo had no idea where to go. Oh, good backhand from Shapo now. Dominating the rally with the backhand. Single-handed backhand looking great. Oh, but he puts the forehand to the net. So unnecessary. 30-15 for Alcaraz. These are chances for Shapovalov to actually win this set. (40-15) for Alcaraz. He looks to even it up. A lot of vamos coming from the crowd. Big serve from Alcaraz. Return from Shapo is good. Oh, shot from Alcaraz is just wide. 40-30. Maybe Shapo can do something in this game. So, talking about Alcaraz, he's quite popular with the Spanish fans, of course. Been named the new Nadal quite sometimes. I think that's a very, very boring take, so you will never hear me saying it. But he is of course very exciting players, and I'm just jealous of the Spanish people that they get such a good player up again. We get like one top 30 player every 10 years, and they get like the number one player after number one player. So do we have some Spaniards maybe in the chat supporting their fellow countryman Carlos Alcaraz today? Can we get some vamos for Carlos Alcaraz, even if you're not Spanish, in the chat? Meanwhile, in the rally, we have a big forehand from Shapo. Backhand of Alcaraz, it's a drop shot. Shapo gets there, puts it away. Alcaraz gets there. Shapo running. Alcaraz with the volley. What a point from Carlos Alcaraz. 4-4, very exciting. Yeah, Alex, maybe one of the people with also the sexiest backhands on court on the tour. Dimitrov, his draw is completely opened up. I had it open just to check how it was looking for Dimitrov now. Where did I have it? We'll look it up later. But yeah, he should be pretty happy with what's happening with all the seats. He has Altmaier now, and then the winner of Zverev Tiafoe. So that could be good matches. I was impressed by Altmaier against Sinner, so that's going to be a tough match for sure. There's the vamos. Serve into the net from Shapo. No, it's another double fault. Stop doing this, Dennis. You cannot use this. We want you to win this set so this match can go on longer. 15-all. Disappointing. 5th double fault already. His box doesn't look happy either. I can see a Carlos Alcaraz boy band. Who else should be in there? Like maybe 3 tennis players who would form a good boy band. I think Rublev has boy band written all over him, right? So that's probably one of them. Who would fit them well? Ooh, 15-30, mistake from Shapo. The crowd is getting behind Shapovalov. They want him to win the service game. Big Shapo serve. It's a let serve. Gets to try it again. Only 57% on the first serve, Shapo, so far. I think that's a point where he can improve because his serve is quite good. Oh, it goes down the tee. It's wide. Holger Rune, Lorenzo Musetti, and Sinner. We have a lot of good young players. Oh, it's another double fault. Oh, I actually thought it was in. Chapo thought it was in. No, it's wide. It's wide. It's another double fault. Yeah, Shelton is definitely boy band material. Good one, Ghost. Oh, 2 break points. Chapo giving this one away. He was doing so well in this set. What happened? In comes the first serve. Oh, it's a really good first serve. It's called out. Chapo doesn't believe it anymore. Actually, he was just a bit quiet because the umpire had to go from the chair for the 3rd time in this game. He doesn't believe it. Oh, just wide. The Hawkeye says it wide. Finally, he puts the serve in. Has been a while. Forehand is good from Chapo. Backhand from Alcaraz even better. Alcaraz with a big forehand down the line. Chapo gets there with the backhand. But it's also called out. Just wide. Oh, yeah, it's wide and it's a break. Oh, what a moment to bottle it. Denis Shapovalov 4-2 up in this set. And now 5-4 down, 6 double faults. I'm actually a bit sad for him. He had so much chances and now he's already up to 27 unforced errors. And Gerald saying Jerry is pericoloso. I don't know what it means, but if it's about Jerry being like a potential banana skin or a dangerous player in the draw, then I'm all agreeing with you. I think he shouldn't be underestimated. And he has Giron and then Ruud. I think those are both matches that he could win. And then he has Rune potentially, or Fritz maybe, Cerundolo. So Jerry could come quite far in this tournament, and I'm all here for it. Alright, Garros Alcaraz serving for the second set now all of a sudden. He was 4-2 down in this set and I didn't give him much chances because Chapo was playing well, but Chapo has done a Chapo and given 3 games away, and here we are with Carlos Alcaraz serving for the second set. First serve is wide, gets to go to second serve. Takes some time because the ball let it back into play. Second serve comes in, forehand of Chapo, backhand of Alcaraz. It's the backhand to backhand rally again. Forehand to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand in the net, down the line, 15-love. Another enforced error coming from the record of Denis Shapovalov. Alex asking who my pick was for the tournament winner. I have Alcaraz and Iga as my tournament winners. Maybe very boring, both number ones, both the gravel specialists, but I don't see anyone beating these 2 players. They're just so amazing. Wow, big front from Alcaraz. Chapo doesn't get there, 30-love, he's dominating again. Alcaraz dominant so far in this game. First serve is good. He plays the drop shot. Oh no, it's a slice ball actually. Slice to slice backhand. Forehand of Chapo. Backhand of Alcaraz. Chapo doesn't have much time. Alcaraz with the drop shot. Chapo was already moving. but he doesn't get there. This drop shot is so good. 40 love. 3 set points again for Carlos Alcaraz, who's taking control in the second set. Oh, serve is just wide from Alcaraz. Second serve, 3 set points. Yeah, it's wide from Chapo. It's a game to love. And that means the set goes to Carlos Alcaraz, 6-4.
Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. 1, 2, 3, vamos. Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. Vamos.
Yeah, Carlos Alcaraz, he did so well in this set to come back from 4-2, winning 4 games in a row, and looking dominant in the last 2 of them. But Denis Shapovalov should ask himself some questions. These double faults, where they really need it, and maybe he doesn't really need to change much in his playstyle, I feel like, because he was playing quite well actually up onto the 4-4 when Alcaraz came back. And when he's playing the drop shots, rallies with the backhand to backhand, I think he's deliberately going for those rallies with the single-handed backhand to the double-handed backhand of Alcaraz and doing quite well in them. But the double faults in his own service game were just too much, and then you're looking at the 2 sets to love down, and suddenly it starts to feel like it's not a very realistic target for him to win here. And I actually had some belief in the previous set, so it's a shame. And Alex talking about the thing that Djokovic had in the middle of his chest, it makes him feel like Iron Man. Yeah, so I don't think it's wise for me to go into how much this has been medically proven, this thing that Djokovic is wearing. But if it helps him, then of course he's allowed to put anything on his chest. I mean, if giant tattoo of like a horseshoe could help him find more luck, then I'm also more than happy for him to put it on his chest. But the claims about it radiating energy into his body or whatever, I think we should take those with a pinch of salt, maybe. Yeah. Seems to be quite cold, actually. See Alcaraz with the blankets wrapped around him, and also some people in the stands with the blankets. Seems like it's a lot colder than yesterday. Yeah, Snehil, we played ourselves, didn't we? It's I do this quite a lot with Shapovalov, then I start to believe it again, and I'm like, oh, for sure he's going to clinch the second set. He's really feeling himself, and he's quite a good player. And if he is on his best, he can beat anyone. A bit what I have with Jelena Ostapenko as well. Like, she wins the first set like 6-1 against the unknown player, and you're like, oh, this is going to be super easy. And then she drops the second set 6-love or something, and then she loses the third one as well. It happened also this Roland Garros, and I had her in my semi-final. So then my bracket is ruined and my trust is ruined again, and I think that's just very sad. So I should stop playing myself, but I just believe every time. They are highlighting Alcaraz won 9 out of the last 10 points. Yeah, it was quite a dominant performance. So, oh no, stay here. We did the same thing. How? We should talk to each other, and if we have this kind of bad ideas, then we should stop each other before we actually fill in these brackets. Let me pull up my brackets, because I think some of them are completely ruined already. So in the women's side, I had Iga against... Oh, I had Ostapenko in the final as well as you. I had Iga Ostapenko final and then Iga winning. Yeah, well, that's ruined. And then for the men's side, I had Alcaraz against Rune, so that's still possible. Alcaraz Rune I can see happening. And King and Just was saying, "What's up, Roland? Hey man, how are you doing? Hope you're having a great day." Great minds think alike, right? So that's probably what's happening here. $1 million says the Djokovic kids are always reluctant to ask their dad to participate in the school bake sale because he'll just bake up some bland granola nonsense and embarrass them. I mean, Djokovic is a weird character, right? I never know exactly what to think of him, so won't comment on it too much. But I feel like if he's using all these kind of things like the drinks and the Iron Man thing, I think that's completely fine. But let's not claim too much that it actually has some medical impact, because that could be dangerous, that people start doing these kind of things expecting a certain result and actually it doesn't bring them anything. Now we have some people in the crowd entertaining themselves. Waiting quite a while actually at the changeover. I think toilet break for Chapo. Chapo taking his time to get back on court. Alcaraz Sinner final. Oh, you got done then yesterday. Ghost, can you replicate the sound of whales mating? Shame that I couldn't bring you in the podcast to do it, but I'm very interested. Not sure if I will Google this one. I'm Googling a lot of things already, but this is probably not one of them. King and just saying that he had a Djokovic Tsitsipas final. Well, looking at the results so far, you're probably doing better than me with your predictions. I had Medvedev coming far in the tournament, and look what happened to that. So yeah. All right, third set. We're going to start. Shapovalov started the second set off really well. Can he do the same with the third? He does. Play a nice point, 15 love. Did you guys see Svitolina winning again? She beat Blinkova in a very tight third set. It was really, really interesting. Oh yeah, Novak and Steph are in the same half. You're right. Aren't they even in the same quarter? No, they're not in the same quarter, right? No, that's Alcaraz Tsitsipas quarter, and then Djokovic, Hachanov, maybe quarter. What do you guys make of Hachanov? Because he's been doing so well in Grand Slams, getting to the semifinals of every Grand Slam he's playing in almost. Can he do the same thing in Roland Garros? You guys are great. .30-15, first service wide. Let's have a look at the other scores in the other places. So Mukova almost won already. 6-3, 5-2 up. Doing really well. And Varillas looks like he's going to cause an upset against Hurkacz. He's 2-1 up against Hurkacz. So interesting score lines there. Mukova really the dark horse for that quarter now, I think. Beating Zachary. Alcaraz gets a really easy smash here. No, he doesn't. Doesn't even end up on his side of the net. And that means it's 30-all. Could be. I mean, I don't know all the tennis rules. What I sometimes find sad is a certain player beats another player, and then that player retires, and then there is no one to play the next player in the next round. So the same thing that happens with Monfils. I mean, he played such an amazing match, but he was physically completely ruined by it, by bias. And He played so well, but I could already see like this is not durable. Meanwhile, Shapstick, as he was called earlier, he had hit, quite surprisingly, another double fault in a clutch moment. Breakpoint Alcaraz. And thank you, Alternate. That's really kind of you. Oh, it's another double fault. This is ridiculous. That is absolutely criminal behavior from Denis Shapovalov on the court. I'm outrageous. If I was in his box, I would go on the court even though it's not allowed. That's... what are we watching? It's another 2 double faults, bringing his tally to 9, serving it away to Alcaraz after 30 all. I have no words for this. I'm gonna press the Alcaraz button so I have some time to think about it.
Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. 1, 2, 3, vamos. Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. Vamos.
I mean, someone needs to grab this Shapovalov by his shoulders, shake him like this, and then tell him to act normal and please just hit a serve in the serve box for fuck's sake. Oh, now he shanks a backhand. This is getting worse and worse. This is the downfall, guys. We're witnessing it. I mean, what are we watching? This is Shapovalov just completely crumbling before my eyes. And Alcaraz is going very quickly with his serves now, trying to keep the tempo in. I mean, I would do it. I'm surprised that no one has yet. Maybe we are going to see a broken record after all. Yeah, shake a shampoo. It depends, Snehul, because I could see that. So okay, let's talk serious business again. What would I do as a coach after such a match? Because Shapo is, I think, a player who can also get pretty tough on himself, right? So I think just after a match that you lose in such a brutal way, that you didn't play well, so many double faults, I think you probably just want to comfort the player a little bit, like, hey, okay, there's always a next match, this kind of stuff happens in tennis, because I can understand that the emotions are probably super high. But afterwards, I would just try to see if there's a way that you can... So in an important moment, if you miss the first serve, you always want to put the next serve in. And if you don't, you're not able to do that. That's a really big problem. So to find a way when you're in a match and you have to do that second serve to reset yourself. Okay, what do you tell yourself when you go to that second serve and you have to put it in? Because apparently he's not able to do so. So I think that's something that his coach's team should help with. And we have Jay in. Jay Frank saying, go on Alcaraz. Yeah, vamos. He's doing well. Okay, this could be a nice petition, right? Maybe I should send him a letter like, hey, Chapo, big fan of your game and your rap music as well. Maybe we can talk about it a little bit. I used to rap as well, so maybe that's a good way to make a bridge there. Hey, Capricorn, how are you doing? Saying so happy for Mukova. Yeah, she's playing well, isn't she? What, really a dark horse for this tournament. Shame they didn't pick her. Good serve, Alcaraz, forehand to... Yeah, this shot from Chapo is absolutely nothing. It's a consolidation. Carlos Alcaraz cruising to the games right now. It seems that the streaming platform is also completely shocked by the behavior of Denis Shapovalov and didn't play the right buttons at the right moment, but it's working now and it's a consolidation for Carlos Alcaraz, who doesn't engage at all at the moment with Shapovalov. He's just going by his play. So slowly putting him into sleep, winning all the games, going home, getting a massage, being a super top player in the next round of the Grand Slam. She's the last Czech standing. Well, we don't. The Dutch players are all out after the first 2 rounds, Capricorn. So that's good for you guys. Yeah, Andreeva is also very exciting. I didn't pick either of these ladies, and that's coming to haunt me now. Yeah, he's not giving him any chance at the moment. You're completely right, Max. Like, well, let's maybe put it the other way around. Like, he is actually giving Shapovalov some chances, especially in the second set. But Shapo is bottling those chances. I don't like to talk about tennis players in this way, but it's just not working for him at the moment. Needs to find a way back into the beginning, like the way that he played in the beginning of the second set. Hey, KC, how are you doing? No, he will play Musetti just, so that's something that we definitely have to watch. That's going to be a banger. And Mertens for Belgium played amazing against Pegula. Yeah, maybe we can claim her. I don't know if there's any Belgian viewers in the chat, but otherwise this is us claiming Elise Mertens. I think she speaks Dutch quite well, so maybe we can just make her ours now. This one I'm going to just put on the screen for everyone to enjoy. Meanwhile, it's 15:30 in the Shapovalov service game. Alcaraz with return. That's why 30-all. Hubert Hurkacz can only play 5-setters. It's in his contract, actually, Capricorn. Don't know if you knew, but he signed a contract with either his sponsor or maybe the Devil some time ago, and it's in his contract that he can only play the maximum amount of sets that are warranted in the tournament. So he had to play 5 sets against Griekspoor. Now he needs to play 5 sets again. Volley of Alcaraz. Shapo gets there. Another volley of Alcaraz. 30-40. Another breakpoint. This could go. It could be a fast set, just like the first one. I saw a comment. Oh yeah, Snail saying Hubi Faria is playing 5 sets is a perfect scenario for Novak. I don't see how either of these players take a set of Novak Djokovic, to be honest. Maybe Hurkacz if he's serving perfectly. We have Adam Miller in saying Shapovalov I thought would be stronger, better. Yeah, maybe also faster. Like then you have the full hit, right? But yeah, I mean the footwork is not on point. The service is not on point. The only thing that I think is really working is his forehand, but the other things not so much. The backhand also a bit wild. Okay, we are into juice. Shapovalov saved that breakpoint. And some fist pumping going on. Maybe trying to fire himself up. He definitely needs it. King of Justice must be the quarterfinal, I think. Or the semi-final. Semi-final, I'm sure. But I have this in my brackets. Oh, it's... Oh, yeah, got to be kidding me. Is it another double fault? I think it's another double fault. Semis, yeah, semis it is. Oh, he just hits another double fault. So annoying. I think that would be fair game, right, Snail? That Hurkacz just comes on and plays some underhand serves into the net and then walks away. A bit like Shapovalov is doing now, right? He's saving Alcaraz a lot of time. Return from Alcaraz, forehand from Shapovalov. Big forehand from Alcaraz. Shapovalov down the line with the backhand. Playing in the middle of the court a little bit. Nice forehand from Shapovalov. Way too big. It's back to juice. You can hear the let's go Denis, let's go, but the crowd is trying to get behind him, but he doesn't allow them to get behind him with all these double faults. They might finish earlier than Varillas and Hurkacz at this rate. Could be quite funny. Okay, we're into the rally. Backhand of Chapo into the net. Oh, no. I mean, I'm still really enjoying Alcaraz play, but this hasn't been the fireworks match that I thought it could potentially be. I think in the second set we got a glimpse of how it could be with a lot of really good rallies, but after that the rallies have been really short. Alcaraz is dominating the gross of them, but this one he doesn't. And we're back to juice. Adam saying, Clay isn't Shap's favorite surface. He maybe is beaten his spirit mentally. I always hope for more from Shap. He had so much promise a few years ago. Yeah, I think he had a few really heartbreaking losses in Grand Slams against some big players. And then after that, he never felt like the same in Grand Slams anymore. And now I think only on some hardcore tournaments, like ATP tournaments, he has some good runs into the finals. But he doesn't win them either. And he's just only scoring points in a hardcore season. Oh, but this drop shot is exquisite. I mean, I almost want to play the button for this, but we have to watch the next point to see if he gets this game. But the drop shot is really good. Really well crafted drop shot. Alcaraz doesn't get there. And the chapeau are coming from the crowd. Yeah, come on, get behind our guy Denis. Or maybe we don't claim him, but we want him to do a little bit better than he's doing now. Oh, good for serve. Alcaraz return is wide. It's a hold for El Chapo. We will get behind him. Another masterpiece from Ben, this song, and El Chapo doing quite well. He's having a laugh with someone on the court. Chapo seems to be in a good mood, actually. That's not too bad. It's impressive. Impressive after all these double faults that he's in this kind of mood. So Denis Shapovalov maybe spending some time outside tennis on gaming. He said a few times that that's something that really helps him put the mind away from the tennis. If you have to guess which game or games Shapovalov plays mostly, what would you guess? What kind of gamer is Shapovalov? We have Capricorn saying, Chapo's button is silky smooth, doesn't fit his personality at all. He could maybe make a song with him himself. We need to get this Ben and Chapo collab. No, I'm talking about video games. Sorry, it was not clear. It's not FIFA. No, it's two games, different games that he mentioned that he plays quite a lot. Meanwhile, we're onto the rally, fourth game of the third set. And Chapo with a wild forehand, 15-love to Alcaraz. He has not troubled Alcaraz in his service games for quite some time. I think the last time that he got close to breaking Alcaraz or he broke him was like 4-2 in the second set. And after that, he won only 1 out of 6 games. No, it's also not Fortnite or GTA. One of them he plays on his Nintendo Switch, he said, that he always brings with him also in the plane. We're into the rally. Backhand of Alcaraz, really good. Chapo loops it up. Alcaraz goes to the forehand. He plays a drop shot. Chapo gets there. But it bounced twice. It bounced twice already. 30-love. What a drop shot again from Carlos Alcaraz. I mean, this is... I think you cannot play against this. The drop shot is just... You know it's coming. It's just so good. If you guys want to guess some more about the video games that Shapovalov plays, then go for it. And otherwise, I will just tell you guys. And Peter, yeah, are you Flemish? I hope not, because otherwise you just got me claiming your player. But I think naturalizing Elise Mertens to Dutch is only the right thing to do. We need good players, and the Belgian people, they already have better football players than we have, so maybe we can get some tennis players from them. .40 love now for Carlos Alcaraz. Has been a while since we saw a love game, but he's looked very clean on serve. Grand Theft Auto, no, that's not it. So the games that he plays mostly on his Switch is Mario Kart. He says that he plays a lot of Mario Kart. And on the computer he plays Skyrim. That's interesting, right? I don't see many top sport players saying that they play Skyrim. I think that's funny. Usually it's like FIFA and Call of Duty, right? That the guys play. Maybe Fortnite, something. Alright, 40-15, backhand of Chapo. Backhand to backhand rally. A good backhand from Chapo here. Forehand big down the middle. Forehand for Alcaraz down the line is really good. Chapo loops it all. Alcaraz with the forehand. Oh, it lands in from Chapo, the save. We're back into the rally. Backhand from Chapo. Backhand from Alcaraz. 15 shots in already. Forehand from Alcaraz down the line. So big. He moves in. Another forehand into the net. Oh, first miss of the match by Alcaraz. Yeah, I think this was the point that you were talking about, Snehill, but that's a good point, Kathy. Maybe he's thinking about his video games already now. Yeah, JPEG not looking good on clay, to be honest, Capricorn. Oh, serve just wide from Alcaraz. If Chapo can bring him back some juice here, that would be quite impressive from 40 love down. Big forehand from Chapo. Backhand of Alcaraz down the line is so good. Chapo didn't expect it. Wow, yeah, there we go. It's a constant, or it's a hold for Alcaraz, and it's 3-1. Okay, Shapovalov needs an easy service game now. Get some of this good feeling back into the tennis. Good for serve. But the return from Alcaraz is so good. And then we have a miss, a shank by Shapovalov. Yeah, we have the lamb coming out for Shapovalov, love 15 immediately. I think he heard me saying that he needed a good service game, and he was like, nope, I don't need one. Don't tell me what to do. Good serve, but the Alcaraz return is ridiculous. Comes in with the slice. Passing shot from Shapovalov into the net, love 30. Yeah, we'll hit some player buttons after this game. It's a really deciding game, I feel like. If Shapovalov can hold here, we might have something like a close set. And if Alcaraz breaks here, I think you could say that the match is probably over with. Forehand Chapo, really good. Moves to the net. Oh, what a big misser. Oh, he hit Alcaraz all the way on the back foot, and he took a drive volley in the middle of the court. All the way out, like 17 square eagles, like we talked about in the beginning, how Americans measure things. I like to play The Sims. I also like to play The Sims, Max. I don't play it that much anymore, but when we were kids, my sister and I used to play Sims all the time. It was one of our favorite games. I still have it on Steam, I think. Used it to make a plan for our garden, actually. Oh, it's a break to love. Carlos Alcaraz. That means we got button bonanza going on here.
Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. 1, 2, 3, vamos. Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. Vamos.
Carlos Alcaraz, the world number one, 10 titles under his belt already, including 1 Grand Slam title, and he's doing so well in this match against Shapovalov, not letting the Canadian get in the match at all. And we were talking about the most important things around tennis, and this is how we ended up talking about the Sims. So we bought a house actually 1.5 years ago, and then we had to get a new garden. And then actually we designed it in The Sims because we thought it was an easy way to make some kind of a drawing and put some trees and plants in. We didn't know, all the online garden drawing tools were pretty crappy, so then we used The Sims to do it. And then the guy who came to do the garden, he came in and he was like, in what program did you make this? We're like, The Sims, why? Gerald, you said just like RGE buttons, courtesy to Ben. Not sure what you mean exactly, but if you can explain maybe a little bit, then maybe I missed an earlier comment of you where you did explain it. Okay, 4-1, I think crucial game. Chapo needs to break her, otherwise this is over. He's into the first rally, but he misses with the forehand. Yeah, Shapo is not a Yankee. He's indeed Ukrainian, Jewish, born in Israel and moved to Canada. Quite an international person, Denis Shapovalov. Oh, drop shot of Alcaraz into the net. Oh, Shapo gets away well there. 15-0. Maybe that's an opening. Come on, Dennis, give him some more entertainment. We're not done yet. Having too much fun with all the friends in the Game to Love chat. And Snail saying, Roland, who do you think is the favorite now in the second half? Yeah, for me it's Holger Rune. Holger Rune, don't always like the kid. I think he can improve mentally and also as a person, but he's playing so well. I see him getting to the final. And KC asking the real questions here, is The Sims or Minecraft better for garden design? Yeah, well, maybe that's something for the chat to decide. What do you think, Sims or Minecraft for garden design? I've only played Minecraft once or twice, so I don't actually know how it works. But if you think that you could design a garden quite well there, then maybe that's something that I need to look at the next time. Oh, Alcaraz dominating another rally. 40-15, this is going fast. Alex saying Shapo's the men's version of Raducanu. I'm not sure, because Raducanu has a Grand Slam, and Raducanu was like top level for, let's say, 3-4 months, and I think for Shapo it's more like he was getting better, and then the getting better stopped, and all the guys around him from the same age or even younger, they did get better. Oh, Carlos Alcaraz with a passing shot. He is so good, and he consolidates his break. (5-1) guys, 6-1, 6-4, 5-1. Do we think that Denis Shapovalov can win another game, or is this convinced and will it be 6-1, 6-4, 6-1? It's quite a interesting thing to think about, but at least we're in the business end of this match. Ah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I didn't get it at all. Went like whoosh over my head. That's a fair point. And Snail saying that Zverev is playing on a really high level. That's interesting. I haven't picked him for any of my Breakcaster Fantasy Leagues, so I need him to go out as soon as possible. It's a fair point you're making there, Snail. I could follow your vision on Zverev being a big favorite there. 15-all. Chapo lives for a little bit. And KC saying we're playing multi-craft on Mac. It's free. Oh, I will check that out. See if it's something I would get into. Alright, potentially the last game of this match. Chapo serve, Alcaraz return is wide. 30-15, Chapo lives again. Yeah, this is a match that you have to watch tomorrow, right? Coco Gauff against Mira Andreeva. That's I'm really looking forward to it. I think Andreeva has a really exciting playing style, but if Gauff can turn it on, we're gonna have a really good match. And I really like both players, so I don't really mind either winning. What other matches do we have tomorrow? We have Rybakina, but she will win. Alexandrova against Haddad Maia is also not a bad match. Also looking forward to that. We have Andreescu against Turenko and Schmidlova against Day. And then on the men's side, tomorrow we have Zhang against Ruud. Nishioka against the Medvedev Slayer, Save of Wild. Meanwhile, Chapo holds. Chapo holds. I will press the button for no reason because it's a good button. Let's go. Just vibing to this El Chapo tune. I think I'll put it on repeat for the rest of the evening. And the other matches that I didn't talk about yet, we have Jerry against Giron. I'm also really interested in this matchup because Jerry was so good in the past few weeks. I can see him beating Giron quite easily, actually. And then in the 2:15, we have Cerundolo against Fritz. That is going to be fireworks, guys. Yeah, Snail, it's just one of the best 5 sets matches I watched, actually, the comeback of Monfils. It was so good. Yeah, it made me like completely ecstatic about tennis. I think this is like the best marketing that tennis can do for itself. These kind of 5-set matches, French player getting the crowd going. Also, Monfils is such a gem of tennis, one of the nicest people to play tennis, and I'm so happy that I got to enjoy so many of his matches in the past. He's a real entertainer and someone that I really enjoy watching. Okay, we're into the rally. Alcaraz serves game and he loses the first point. It's a shank. Low 15. Yeah, it was amazing, Snail. Thanks for reminding me again. Oh, the serve is too good. Shapovalov doesn't get enough on it. 15-all. Alcaraz is not wasting energy, is he? 6-1 and 6-4, 5-2 against someone seeded. Yeah, we talked about it a little bit, Alex. In the beginning of the match, we talked about sportsmanships and players smashing records, etc. There were some different opinions, but I think the bottom line is that if someone smashes a record in the middle of the court and no one is hurt, then they should get a warning, etc., and maybe a fine. But also, that doesn't really hurt anyone. But if someone like goes aggressive on the umpire's chair or whatever, I think the punishment should be worse, actually. I think Zverev got away like ridiculously well. Ethan asking a really nice question. Do you have a favorite player? Yeah, so my all-time favorite player is Stan Wawrinka. Really big fan of Stan the man. And if current days, I think Alcaraz is just a player that I find myself watching all the time, even in the smaller tournaments I put on the TV, because he plays such exciting tennis. It's just a joy to watch. So those are my favorite players on the men's side, and then on the women's side, I like Iga a lot. Also because I think her playing style is cool. She's just a very fun player to watch. Often also long rallies, etc. I like players who dare to go for the longer rallies. And then I also really like Rybakina. I just think she's a very kind person, really fun person in interviews. She got done a bit with the no points in Wimbledon, and I think she's it's a good character to have on the tour. And actually, if she would be able to win Roland Garros, that would be ridiculous, right? Player with her profile going well in a gravel Grand Slam. All right, we have a match point for Carlos Alcaraz.
Match point.
Yeah, Stan, love him. Okay, in comes the serve. Return is good. We're into the rally. Forehand of Chapo. Backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand of Chapo. Alcaraz comes in. Oh, yes. Game, set, and match. Carlos Alcaraz. He dominates his opponent again, and he wins.
Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. 1, 2, 3, vamos. Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. Vamos.
Vamos, Carlos Alcaraz. He wins 6-1, 6-4, 6-2 against 26th seed Denis Shapovalov. Very straight set performance, and it was actually never in doubt. I think in the second set, 4-2 down, we had a feeling like, there could be something in the cards here, but then Shapovalov gifted it away. 10 double faults. I mean, that's something that you cannot overcome at this level. 39 enforced errors. I think he can be pretty disappointed with his level, and I was hoping for a better match, but we got to see Carlos Alcaraz work his opponent again, staying super calm, and I think he's still my top favorite to win this tournament. Want to thank everyone who was in the chat. It's an early workout for me, so I can prepare for my own competition match tomorrow. Since they named this Grand Slam after me, at least I have to practice a little bit. So going to play in Amsterdam singles match. Looking forward to that as well. Thanks everyone who was here. Thank you so much for all the good questions, the interaction. That's what I love the most about the Game to Love channel, is that we have so many cool people asking good questions about tennis, but also who have a lot of information. So I don't know everything for sure, but then someone in the chat always knows, and it makes me happy. So thanks a lot for your time. It was a pleasure to host it today, and I will be on the channel maybe tomorrow evening, not entirely sure, but for sure on Sunday, and also in the coming week to do some more play-by-plays. So that's something to look forward to. Wish you all a great morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on wherever you are, and then we'll catch you around in the coming match. So thanks again, and ciao for now.